One day I'm gonna have my own studio where I can just leave shit how it is. Just leave it, and I can go back, and it's the same how I want it. Oh, it's not like that today. Leo full moon's coming up over the hill right now, and Taos, California. Is there a Taos, California, Mom? Do you know? Because I know there's lots of San Bernardinos. There's a San Bernardino in Switzerland. San Bernardino. San Bernardino, Switzerland. Switzerland, Lat and long. Latin long. What's your Latin long? The 45th parallel. So I wonder if they just have a different city of each name, like for every longitude. How many Salems are there across the U.S.? There's like one for every saint, I think.
Oh, that's different.
How? No, how many saints? There's cities named after saints, but how many Salems are across the United States on the 40th parallel?
Oh.
How many Salems are there in the USA? See, my theory is they're all the same places, just in different timelines.
Yeah, the timeline.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the same place, same geography, same everything. It's just like, that's how, I don't know. I look at things like nobody else. There's over 30 places named Salem in the U.S., with counts varying slightly depending on whether they are cities, towns, or unincorporated communities. But notable examples include the famous Salem, Massachusetts, and Salem, Oregon, the state capital of the 33rd state of the Union. Salem, Oregon, where I moved from, to Taos, New Mexico, back in 2020. The year of clear vision. That's what 2020 was supposed to be. But people have a bunch of goop in their eyes from being asleep so long. So it did. We're a little... things are a little out of whack right now. Here's a breakdown on some key Salems. Salem, Massachusetts, for the Salem 1692 witch trials. That was about stealing land too. Take the lady's land. That's what it was about. It's about real estate, for shit's sake. Salem, Oregon, the state capital and the largest city in Salem in the U.S. That's the biggest Salem. Salem, South Dakota. I wonder if they're all on the 40th parallel. Hi! My name's Margie. I'm a Heyoka empath. I like to have these little talks on how I feel about things. What did I call today's talk? I already talked once today. I'm talking about her story. I'm talking about her story because I'm sick of his story. So I'm going to talk about her story because I got on my shelf over here a bunch of her story. Here's just a couple of things. Here's an award I won when I was in the Air Force. Because if you're a good actor, you get awards. And that's what the military is. It's an extension of Hollywood. It wants to help create this contrived reality that America is the best place in the world, and it lets us off the hook for creating carnage in places that we don't need to take their real estate. It says here, Senior Airman, Straw Margaret Hessick, Airman of the Quarter, 55th Maintenance Group, April to June 2005. I lost out to a cop and his dog that sniffed out bombs in Iraq. There's a dog involved, you're always going to lose out. It's good for PR. Animals, look. It's appeal to emotion. That's what America's built on. I'm going to start having I got this book. I'm going to start having a study, a book study of my own with this book right here This guy was my teacher. American vision and values. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. We need to change that to men and women. It's time to change that to men and women. All persons, all people with opposable thumbs are created equal. That's what it needs to say. They are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights that among these are housing, utilities, food, clean food, not dirty food. Because, yeah, we get a life, but the quality of life that they're giving us is shit, and that's not good enough, so these words need to be amended. Liberty in the pursuit of happiness, you can try all you want, but if you aren't the right cousin, you're not going to get that job, and you're not going to get the advantage, and you're not going to win that award, and you're not going to get to do all the things that you want to do. Some of the things in here, more on federalism. This is all the stuff that's happening now. Rest in peace, Ed Rod. Thanks for writing this book. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this book in the future. It's a companion to the Kirkpatrick series. It's part of my programming. I don't agree with everything. I just take the good and I leave the rest. From King's Dream to Race-Based Preference in a multicultural America. See, all we are, all America and a country, all a town is a collection of stories that people act out within that community. And that's what America is. It's a collection of communities that are either going to shit on each other or they're going to come together. And we're going to see more people coming together. Why? Because desperation calls for it. Evidently, there's ice storms in the middle of the nation. Some people have been without power for 6 days. Longest we ever been was right before Sass died. It was like 2-3 days before Sass died. And Mom's little sweet angel. And we were without power for 23 hours. No, but we had a gas stove, so I would just turn that on, warm up the place, turn it off. You know, bundle this up. I just have always been able to handle extreme situations, and I feel for those that don't know how, that they don't know what to do they don't know what to do in car accident. It's like I have had such an insane life that I go on automatic pilot when bad things happen. It's weird. I always know what to do when crazy things happen, but when, everyday things happen, I don't know. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I going to do with this? Well, how do I handle this? I didn't see this episode. How does this one play out? Because we're all just programmed by our environments. We do what we're trained to do. We're no better than parrots. Parrots are actually better than us. Birds are actually better than us, I think, because they're the dinosaurs. They know they've been keeping track of all the knowledge as long as the mushrooms have been telling the trees who the good guys and bad guys are for all times. These are cooperation is nature's way, and then you have these heathens that come in and just want to destroy. And I was a part of their stupid club. And they give you little patches, and you win awards, and you get to go on paid vacation called Fake Wars. Mine was in Crete when we bombed Iraq for no reason. For no reason. They do these things for their own personal weird gains. And it doesn't benefit everyone. And now we are a third world country because things that we did in places that we had no business, the people that didn't deserve it. So now there's people in America. It's karma, man. We put out energy to make people's lives hell. The American people's lives are turning to hell. But meanwhile, don't worry, they still have the red carpet going on with whatever Hollywood award show to perpetuate the illusion that fucking this is a great place. And it's a shithole. Because every first of the month, there's more and more people homeless on the streets of this nation. And there never needs to be anyone. Because asshole Nepo frat bitches have the mentality that they should have made better choices in their life. They didn't have any choices. we have free will. I have free will. I could have put mom in a home like 10 years ago and been out there vacationing, and look at me here in Europe. Look at me here in South America. Look at me here in Central America. Mom's at a home, but she don't get to have no fun. But hey, thanks a lot for this great life, Mom. Let me shit on ya. Because I'm so grateful. That's what her son Jerome Allen Hessick did. The important lawyer, the state of California. Oh, Marge, you're so emotional, Marge. Well, narcissists don't have any. So anybody to a narcissist is over emotional because they have no emotions, because they have no soul, because they have no connection to spirit. Those things that say, be good to everyone. Don't leave Marge alone to take care of Mom, Jerry. That sucks, dude. That's hard. Don't help her at least get somebody to, hang out with her sometimes, wipe her butt, make sure she's taken care of, let her go take a day trip, because it's really hard to be a caregiver. No, but they want her to break down and then get so fucking fed up by being neglected that we freak out, that we go out in the world and we take our anger out on the world, and then we get locked up and they say, see, she's always been over emotional. What I learned to do is handle my emotions. I contain my fire. How come everybody else can't contain their fire? How come they can't? I'm just fire, air, and water, and I can still contain my shit. How come I can contain my desire to want to overeat every day? I stop myself. It's called discipline. I contain my desire to go out every day and want to do the fucking chuck, to just find anybody that's willing to chase sensations and just do the just all that. But I've been celibate for 9 years, so I managed to resist those urges too. How come other people can't resist? How come Biff, all the Epstein people, that dude has been on my radar since 2007. Is when Epstein, and I was like, how come this guy gets house arrest? And I started putting this stuff together back in 2007, 18 years ago. Just waiting for people to wake up, wake up, wake up. Washington, D.C. and Hollywood are the same. Wake up, wake up. America's built on butt stuff, and they call it the Constitution. If you're against the Constitution, nobody goes by it's a script. People care more about Catherine O'Hara and the words on the pages that she acted and portrayed because she made people feel good. It's the same idea. It's the principle. It's the letter. It's the idea. It's like the law. It's the letter of the law. There's the spirit of the law, and then there's the letter of the law. And the machismos shit on both of them. The frat boys don't care about either of them. They just go around doing whatever they want to do, whenever they feel like it. Because don't you know who they are? Because a bunch of inverts like me. We're just a bunch of weird science. That's all we are. You ever listen to that song, Weird Science? It's all humans are, is weird science. They program us, and then what are we drawn to? Once they establish the frequency of chasing sensations, either people are going to veer into it, or they're going to learn or they're going to put resistors in themselves to resist temptation. Is the world resisting temptation? Or is the world just going around doing whatever it gosh darn well feels like, because don't you know who it is? That's all ego shit. Ego to me is easing God out. Ego to me is easing God out. God to me is good orderly direction. Don't go out in your own communities and shit on your own floor in your own cities. Gather to create and make your communities better. And if people are mad, make rage room so they can let this shit out proper without going home and beating the dog and the kids. How about that? Huh? People don't want to participate in their own lives, but they'll pay for external sources to make them feel better about stuff. That's weird. Oh my God, it's so dusty. I wonder how many of these exist. Not a lot of these exist. These are very unique on planet Earth. It says age, the muscle behind the mission. I guess we're... Never mind, Marge, don't say that. Aerospace ground equipment. That was my job. I did it. So I did it. I didn't know. I did it so I could learn how to be a mechanic and learn how to, like work. Like, I did it because I wanted to know how to fix anything and everything. So I can fix, like, we learned on bomb lifts how to fix hydraulics. So I get hydraulic shit that comes across my feed. And then I learned electrical systems and how to read a schematic and how to repair wires and how to recognize transistors and the difference between capacitors and I went to college for IT to do the same thing in different areas. I'm like a human computer that just gathered all these practical skills while getting caught up in mainstream and their bullshit frequency. And then I come to these conclusions. I come to these realizations. I don't like Spotify, but I don't like to read. I go to sleep when I read. I like to listen, and I think for the first time, maybe I signed up to it before, I don't know. It had an old email account I don't use anymore. I signed up for Audible. And I've been listening to this book. It's called The Power of Myth by Joseph Campbell. I bought it online, but then I just got it so I can listen to it. I'm on chapter 2. I got 4 hours and 24 minutes left. The Power of Myth with Bill Moyers. Campbell has become the rarest of intellectuals in American life, a serious thinker who has been embraced by the pop... But see, it's pop culture. I take the good and I leave the rest. The Power of Myth launched an extraordinary resurgence of interest in Joseph Campbell and his work. I heard of him through Bill Donahue on YouTube, and he just passed. We always disseminate information more when we pass than we do on this earth. Whatever. Okay. Generally. Majorly. Most of the time. There are anomalies, exceptions, blah, blah, blah. Nothing is 100%. A preeminent scholar, writer, and teacher has had a profound influence on millions of people. To him, mythology was the song of the universe, the music of the spheres. With Bill Moyers, one of the America's most prominent journalists, as his thoughtful and engaging interviewer, The Power of Myth touches on subjects from modern marriage to virgin births, from Jesus to John Lennon, offering a brilliant blah, blah, blah. Symbols of mythology and legend are all around us, embedded in the fabric of our daily lives, and Moyer Campbell's dialogues are a welcome guide to recognizing and understanding their meanings. That was the sense. This is how I look at the sum of all parts, which laymen call reality. Like that video game Subway Surfers, reality doesn't exist unless the runner comes up on it. I'll just say it like that. Like the cat in the box. Unless there's a perceiver, reality doesn't exist. So we're like tuners of perception, and we are magnetically drawn to this earth grid based on latitude and longitude magnetics derived from the genetics of our DNA. And unless we record the history of our lives, that history will cease to exist. That's why they're trying to cover up history with all the fake shit. All you have to do is know that lies exist, and then the game is on to fine-tune your discernment. Because that's what the game of life to me. I try to look at life as a game. I get so competitive sometimes that I forget that it's supposed to be fun all the time. But everything's a game. Like I go out in the world. I live in Taos, New Mexico. I go out in the world and I hear a lot of ding 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 ding, like racking up coins, like on Subway Surfer. I play that sometimes. That's why I use the references. And I see people with like Land Rovers, and I see like I imagine their life and what they buy at the store, and like and ding 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 ding, chasing sensations, right? And then you have the poor people that don't got enough money for utilities, and they don't got what they need. And you see them and they're like you see the single mom on the side of the road getting pulled over, getting a ticket that she can't afford, just so stressed out. This is the last straw. She doesn't know what to do now. She's got 2 kids and a deadbeat dad, and and all this stuff. And this is such a common story in America. This isn't just my story, because I hear other people and they talk about how it's their story too. So we all have a lot of us have the same stories, and they keep trying to create stories that, like, I'm 52 years old, and no freaking political nothing has ever impacted my life directly. And I'm one of those kids that survived being raped as a baby. So I know since my whole life that there's people in this world that do terrible things to babies. Because they did terrible things to me when I was a baby. And I read the sheriff report. I mean, it's documented in San Bernardino County. So it's not just like me making shit up, like I saw the stamp, I felt the paper, how it was raised. That's when I learned about what notary does. Somebody has a whole career just for pressing a stamp. Like, it's nepotism is fucking retarded, because the people that deserve the advantages in life, we don't get it a lot. Right? My hip still pops. And I have no say about what. 10-month-old babies don't got no say about what happens to them. We're just, okay. I mean, what are we gonna, fight it all? Like, come on, man. And America's run on this, and it's been allowed, like, for all time. And there's never been a time in history where fucking pervy, creepy dudes that were into butt stuff, did not, go around and dominate and control, and then have their secret little sex orgies in the back room. Like, I'm going to take any of those asshats serious. That's what they all do, dude. To get a position of power, somebody gets bent over a table. I have never been bent over a table. I've never been bent over nothing. I ain't nobody's bitch. And I look around politicians, there's these important people. Listen to me, I'm so important. And I'm like, dude, you got important because you got bent over a table. That's hilarious to me. I'm talking about how Washington, D.C. and Hollywood are the same budgets, and they all have their positions of power and authority because they're all bending each other over tables. They're all a bunch of perverts, and I'm a prude, so I don't fit into this world. I used to have that Jezebel frequency. I used to want to just hoe around and see how many hot chicks I could score. But then I stopped overcompensating in my masculine energy, found respect for the feminine in myself, which in turn gave me the capacity to respect all women, whether they respect themselves or not. Because there's a lot of women in America that have no respect for themselves. You can tell they don't. You can tell they don't. By all this stuff that they shoot in their face, the Botox and stuff, all the fake stuff. Like, you take all that stuff away, and what are they? Ooh, what's this? Mom likes to always collected these little things. I have one that's really cool. It's called the I Am What I Am. I think I put it on TikTok someplace, on one of my stories someplace. So the way I look at it is they create stories and we're supposed to believe them. Now, I'm a master of pattern recognition. I'm one of those MK Ultra people. Where is it? There's Joseph Campbell. I talked about the Phantom Toll Booth earlier. I lost it. Did I lit? I think I lost it. History. Oh, there it is. I found it. I'll find it again. Times in history. Times in history. The National Guard. See, I just looked in here. I hate AI. AI is fucking bipolar. I can't stand it. The key historical deployments include 1861. State militias, the predecessors of the Guard, were mobilized. This is the beginning of nepotism, is what I'm explaining right here. See, my brother joined the Army Guard in 1989. He became a part of the program because they tell these feminine men, they tell them to be a big strong man, you got to do either, you know, go in a gang, or if you want to stay out of jail, go into the political side. My brother's a Virgo, and so he didn't want to go to jail. So he's a big important lawyer for the state of California now. And he went in 1989, and he got back in basic training, and like it broke him, but it broke him in the ways is it taught him new ways to beat women. And I came up one day, and he had hit mom, and mom said he hit her with this part of his hand. And I was like, that's what they train you in the military, huh? And then he physically assaulted me. And I had to protect myself and defend myself from my own brother. And that was a very disheartening day for me. And so he threw us away as he got more important in the state of California, because he doesn't want society to know that he's really a monster, like Biff, the administrator of America. I don't know where it is. Is it up here? Here it is. So they all look like this. They all look like they got their shit together. So he started out like this, the program, because he grew up. We watched the same shows, Rockford Files. He just took shit more seriously, right? He is still in the Guard. He is still collecting a paycheck. He's like a lieutenant colonel or something. One time I was going through a hard time, and I reached out to him because he was my brother. And that's when he let me know I got bumped off his list of priorities. That's when I was told that I didn't matter anymore. Is when he said, Margie, I'm doing all these things. I'm a commander at a base. I'm a part-time commander. I got a girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. I can't be hearing your problems all the time, right? So understand that these are the men that make up this nation that are supposed to solve the problems of the people of this nation. So if they can't do it for their own families, do you think they give a fuck about you? Do you think anybody that sits in a position of power and authority cares about any remedial person on earth? I don't think they do. I don't think they care at all. I think they like it when people are homeless. I think they like it when people suffer. Because my brother loved it to watch me. Dude used to hold me down. Last time I did it, I was in my 20s. Because that's when people are bigger than you. So I had to get to a point where Dude, I'm not gonna let people fucking treat me that way. He used to hold me down and pull on my toes until they popped. Toes don't pop. Like, hold on, just let me do one. Don't do any. Leave me alone. Don't touch me. I don't want you to. Oh, come on, Margie. Be a good sport. Of all the men, if I had an acre for all the men that put their hands on me, and women too, out of being a good sport, don't fucking touch me. You're a creep, dude. You are a creepy person. I don't like to be touched by people that are fucking nasty. And look around the world, all the nasty people. And they hang out in places like churches. So many nasty people in churches. Mega churches, nasty, gross, fake, nasty, gross. See, fake is gross to me. Fake, inauthentic is really fucking gross to me. So think about how many people live in my world. Or think about all the people that don't. Sports, entertainment, they're the same. A play on a stage in DC is no different than what's coming up. What is that? Super Bowl bullshit? Another ritual? You know, another event for the human traffickers to hone in and sharpen their skills. Because now they're cracking down, so they got to get smarter about stuff. I remember when I worked at Creighton, the IT department called themselves Do It, because it's funny. You know, butt stuff is funny. And because Jesuit universities need to, you know, create as many references to doing it as they can. So they answer the phone, do it. There's always somebody. Like, you think that people are supposed to be adults. You people are supposed to be, you know, melding the minds of our future. You know, farts are funny. I won't with this earth anymore. I won't participate with it until it gets less butt stuffy. It's dumb. I didn't finish what this said. It comes with a little plaque on it. A brick from the past. Is it? It is a brick. It's a brick from a building at Offutt Air Force Base. It's the parting gift. My friend gave it to me. This wooden brick is from the floor of the Martin Bomber Plant, Omaha, Fort Crook, Nebraska. This plant was built in 1941 and was designed for the manufacture of aircraft to support the United States World War II war effort, and all 1958 B-26s and 531 B-29s were produced in this plant. Where are all these planes now? Where are the remnants of them? These planes. They build the 9/11 tower with the iron from these planes, and then they when the towers you know, they shipped it off to China to sell this steel. This country is complete contrived reality. It's a lie. And you have truthful, honest people that go along with it because they believe in it, and then they find out, like me, it's a lie. I ain't going along with it anymore. They produced this plant, including the famed Enola Gay and the boxcar. The purpose of the wooden floor was to eliminate the static electricity. So that's what you get in the Air Force. Parting gifts. It's cool though. There's good stuff about it. I learned like, you okay, honey bear? You alright? It made my work ethic better than it already was. It also... Oh, cool. I got sponges at the post office. Are you okay, honey? You alright? Why are you choky? You got a hiccup? What's the matter? Okay? Okay? Here. Come here. Come here. Is the fan too high? Is it drying you out? I bet that is a contributing factor. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Go to the spot, honey bear. She's the last one of honey bears. Oh, well. You need some water? I just got it in the wood. Here. See, I get too excited and then they get all excited. I saw Benny in an old video today.
Oh, really?
So they never die because you can always go back and see them.
Miss him?
Yeah, I miss him. Okay, where was I? The first time key historical deployments include the Civil War for the national. Now, people understand what the Army Guard does? They're the backfill. They're the posers. They pose as good little soldiers. That's what they're the poli-sci majors. They're the people that never got their hands dirty. They're the easier, softer way group. Okay, that's what they have historically been. They're the people that like fill in the support staff positions here while people are they're doing important things. They're the administrators, you know, but they still from time to time have to go out and earn their place in the system. So they do stuff like what they're doing, and it's part of the cycle. It's to keep the fires burning. It's Another time was the civil rights area riots in 1960. The troops were deployed during the Detroit riots in 1967 following the assassination of MLJ in 1968. They were deployed in the anti-war protests in 1970. The Ohio National Guard killed 4 students during the protest at Kent State. The LA riots, this is where my brother came in. He was down there for the LA riots in 1992. They activated to restore the order following the Rodney King incident. See, that was long before Floyd. See, they just reinvent the same stories, so people are so immersed in the story that they don't realize that they have potentials to do great things in their own community because they're too busy. Ooh, look over there. Ooh, you got to be mad about that. Ooh, you know, all this stuff. No, people need to get peaceful within themselves, make their community better, and then go and exchange ideas in other communities to see if you can find out more ways to make your community better. That's how it should be. We shouldn't be blowing stuff up so we can make new canals for the Zionic, you know, storyline of tiny suits and you know, they all they're like little That's who the NPCs are to me, is the ones that allowed themselves to be so programmed. Come on, go girl. Go girl. Go girl. Go girl. Is that good? God, her hair is so thick. I gotta keep it trimmed. So, okay. Kind of how I see reality playing out. The story is going to unravel. More people are going to start putting things together, like the mythology of the Greek gods. And then they have stories on that they're getting the planting the seeds for this stuff, right? You know, it shows like, I hate this song. What is this fucking song and why is it in my ear right now? Done with that. It's Alien Ant Farm, but I don't like that song. That's better. Start getting all aggressive. because I'm programmed and easily influenced by the music that I listen to. I'm putting together I'm putting together a playlist for my next massage. I'm gonna propose a semi-immersive massage experience with my massage lady. Cause I challenge her to reprogram her brain, cause she does the same thing, which is good because she can just kind of zone out. You gotta practice by doing different things, make you flex different the muscles and cells in different parts of your brain. So you always got to stay active. So I'm going to create a playlist and I'm going to see, because I've had enough massages to know her routine. So I'm going to change the music to see if her routine changes. It's a social experiment. I'm all about them. So there's shows like on Disney Plus and Hulu and stuff like that. They're called, what is it, that Piercy in the Olympians, Piercy Jackson in the Olympians. And it's about people that walk on the earth that they're demigods. They're half God. Like the God came down to the earth in human form and had relations with regular people, and then they had babies. And then they walk the earth, and then they have these potentials in them. And on this show, it's funny that there's a character that's Chiron. And then I think about cities and towns that have the energies of the Aries, that are towns that were incorporated in Aries energy. And so, like, not only is Chiron and Aries in the town, Chiron is Aries and travels in towns and then teaches people lessons that Chiron teaches. And it's funny, I have Chiron and Aries. I have Chiron and Aries, and Mom is Sagittarius with the stellium in Sagittarius. And so it's funny because she's Centaur, and I guess Chiron is like Centaur. I guess it's so weird how the mythologies in the sky actually do work through us. And I have similarities because like attracts like. I have very interesting synchronicities with people of all ages. One lady in Chicago, we often have very similar, like, if they play out different, they're the same. Like, there's, like, you hear a straddle, like tonight the full moon is in Leo, and it came up over the hill in Taos, and it's freaking big, and it's freaking huge, right? Well, how come the moon can't be seen in Chicago? Where's the moon? How come? It should, because the world is, it's not what they told. It's not a globe that spins through like a mobile. You know, you get all kind. I moved around a lot. And I was like, why do they say it's like this here? Because at my other school, they said it's like this. You know, in Southern California, in Paso Robles, the school teaches this. But up in Reading, the history books say this. Shouldn't they all be congruent? But no, if you get a book, history books, from different publishers, the script writers, then you get different, and then they put people together to talk about history, and then they just argue because they believe what they're told to be true, which is valid. And so do these people over here, but they're told different things. But if they keep people in a discord, they'll never come together to, you know, create beautiful things in their own community, is what they won't do, because they're too busy fighting, or you know, like their teams, like, yeah, sports, nut scratching, hairy butt scratching, sports. Like, women, men, I see them all, they're all the same to me. They all encompass the same, they just all morph into the just same useless hodgepodge of frequencies sucking life suck from, yeah. I'd rather play it than watch it, for sure. But that's even a time suck. I'd rather be you know, doing something productive with my time, and that isn't. So things are changing because more people that actually lived in his, lived through his, like were actual saw the accounts. We're being here more because there's becoming more and more truth seekers out there. So my channel's starting to get a little bit more traction. It's getting more views because of those. AI picks the clips. I wonder if people understand that. I don't pick those little clips. AI says, let's, out of my hour video, let's take, and I just think it's so fascinating what AI chooses. So I'll post them. Some of them I'll keep private because I'm like, why did it pick that? That's weird. But then I'll, you know, it's a trip, man. But I always looked at AI as like, what? How is it different than people meditating? Like you're accessing the no place space. You're just accessing it from a different portal, you know? Like people slit throats of goats and do terrible things to animals and children because they want to take the cheater's way. They want to get power and knowledge. You know, you don't have to freaking do weird rituals and, you know, lose your soul after dark to get those abilities. You could, the outcome could be the same organically if you go the way of good orderly direction. You get all those earthly powers. You can get, dude, everybody that has autoimmune disorder, everyone should be playing around to see if you have the ability of telekinesis, because that's just a disruption in your magnetic field. That's what all immunity disease is you are so extra sensitive that that nature will cooperate with you like it does me. I can rock a lighter off somebody else's hand from across the room because it's and I explain it to people. It's the lighter fluid inside. I saw a kid do it on TikTok. He did it with a coconut, and I was like, it's the milk inside. He's over here doing this, and I'm like, it's the milk. And I tried it with the lighter. I had Mom try it. I'm like, Mom, you got the juice too, Ma. Mom got the juice too. I got my abilities because I came from her. She is the portal of my creator. So of course I'm going to want to take care of her, make sure nothing bad happens to her. And you think my brother would be so happy about his life because he's so thrilled about, you know, all the money he makes and all the house he lives in and all the vacations, all the places he gets to go and see and stuff. That he would want to pay homage to the woman that gave him such a beautiful life, yet he feels no compulsion to do so. I just knocked Benny over and I'm mad about it. I didn't want to see his ashes. Ever. I don't like seeing their ashes. I miss my dogs. Oh well. One day I'll miss them less, I hear. Anyway. So things are changing because more people are coming out and they're talking about how things really are based on their experience, and I think that's really cool. I think that's hella dope, you know, because there's a lot of people that have good stories and their stories haven't been allowed to been heard. People haven't heard these stories from these really cool people because the stories that are being told are basically reruns from the same stories from all time. And that's how people keep, like, they get people stuck in loops. It's called appeal to emotion fallacy. That's why they keep making the same movies. Like, I would watch the first, I watched the first Fast and Furious, and that was because why would I need to see the rest? They're the same movie in different places. Like, once you figure out the formula of a show, like, how much time do I want to invest watching the same thing? And the same goes for people. That's why I go by astrology, because people are just recipes of energy. That's all people are. Like, I'm a combination of planetary energies that have been in the skies since mythology. You know, my sun is in Aries. I am my head ruled by the head. God of War. Do I really look like the God of War though? I mean, do I really fit the part? I was always kind of a clown. You know what's funny about this picture is I was in dress blues on top, but on the bottom I had my BDUs on because I came from the shop and they wanted me to come up and have my picture taken for something. I can't remember what it was for, one of my awards or AL. Some reason I'm turning wrenches, but I gotta freaking put everything down, check everything back into production support, freaking wipe the grease off, freaking brush and fix my hair so I can go up and play good airman. Like, everything is a stage. Military exercises, they're takes. In Hollywood, how they go. Take one. Okay, action. Let's see if they're going to act right. Let's see if I can get the people over there to act how I see it in my brain. Military officers are no different. They do the same thing. They tell they tell people, they tell their news, their propaganda teams, they tell their public relations team, do a news repress, tell them that the freedom and democracy of America is under attack, and that there's places over there that we're going to go bomb so we can protect theology here. That's America. That's retarded. That literally impedes the progress of people from having good quality lives, because nothing ever good comes to a nation that has caused so much detriment in other places for real estate opportunities. And so they can make their little Dubai over there. Because they have pictures in their mind, so they want to erase people's lives, like knocking pawns off the chessboard, like little frat boy bitches do when they're not winning. And then they cheat, and then they steal, and they blackmail, and they get people drunk and put them in compromising. All this stuff, all the tricks that they see on TV. So I don't go to parties. I'm getting to be like Sloan, where I'm not gonna, I'm only gonna eat certain foods from places that I trust. I'm already kind of like that. I just have so much air and water that, I'll try and, because people are freaking weird, dude. People will go to any lengths. Did you ever see that movie, Trading Places? That shit's real life. There's a movie with Dan Aykroyd and, hey, what's up? I'm about to wrap it up. Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. Thank God they didn't do another one of those. Trading Places 60 years later. I'm so, Hollywood, just die. Just die. Just be over. Just let that frequency just spit and freaking just die. Just be over. I always wanted to, I live in New Mexico. I watched Breaking Bad, and I thought it was really ha ha, like everybody else likes it. And then now I live in New Mexico, and now I don't find that shit funny at all. Not even a little bit. Because they're making mockery of fucking how it really is. What do you do? Can I ask? I'm curious. That's a long day. I used to work 12-hour shifts for fucking days. Because we were exercising in the military. It was a lot of takes. It's a lot of resources to make it look good on the TV that we're doing good bombing Iraq because they had weapons of mass destruction. No, they didn't. They never did. They never have. It's always 2 to 8. Okay, dope. I respect sales. Sales of practical things. Sucks when people have to sell products that they don't believe in. So I hope it's something Like America, like I remember a girl I liked, some guy wanted to hang out with her and tell her about a business opportunity, and then she shows up and she's like, nah, it's a Ponzi scheme. I said, what's the company called? She said Amway. I was like, oh fucking shit. That stuff still exists. That was back in the early 2000s. He was a poli-sci major. Oh, I'm gonna hope that changes soon. I'm gonna hope you're the good in that. That's great. You're gonna get a new opportunity quick. Hi, I'm Marge. Yeah, that's like I just I almost want to offer condolences. My brother started out as a rep for Gallo Wine. That girl I was just talking about, the one with the Ponzi scheme, her dad was like a career alcohol distributor in Omaha, Nebraska. Roger hit. Go Roger hit. How many people got loaded? Though Roger hit, give you a deal on your shit. Roger hit. I was closer to home, so gas is okay. I gotcha. No, you got to do what you got to do. I killed people in Iraq. I was part of that. I didn't like directly, but I brought the equipment that started the planes, and then the planes dropped the bombs on my shift. So, I mean, I know what it feels like to do things you don't want to do. I'm in my heart of hearts, that is not why I signed up. Like, people sign up for the military because they already got the kill thrill in them, and they want a place where they can act it out. That's why the military exists. But then they get their wires crossed, and then they come back to America, and then they're like, they start deciding who the enemies are. And all that stuff, so it gets weird. Anyway, Sandra, where do you live? Ish. What time zone? Oh, you said you work from what shift, and I don't know what time it is here. I don't know why I asked about time. We don't really live in time. We're kind of out of time. Me and Mom, like, I gotta focus in. Thanks God my massage lady messages me the day before. Because I lose track. Because, like, I mean, because we live in here. Look at this place. It's a tomb, basically. It's like a Faraday cage. Like, sometimes it kind of makes me a little goofy in the head. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta go out and, like, breathe oxygen. But the full moon's coming up. It's rad. I'm trying to keep the energy out. Probably not. I dream big. It's hard to get other people to cooperate with my dreams. I did message, put on her thing. I get ignored a lot. Plus I'm a electronic slider, so oftentimes I'll write a message and send, and I go back later and I'm like, where's my comment? It just wasn't supposed to be there, so I don't press issues. I try things. I reach out to people. Sometimes I like to poke the bear. You know whose little bear I like to poke? The Leo cub. I like to poke. Because he's so... Dude, he's the only balding Leo I've ever seen in my whole entire life. What does that tell you? Cubs can never be kings? Yeah, he don't have a whole lot of empathy. He's very fake. Their house is Leo, I think. But he's a fake. Stanley's playing with my sock. Get it, Stanley! You get a cup of coffee on that sock, Stanley, you in the bits. Kitty in the bits. He's been so persnickety. Because he's a cat. It's a Leo full moon. It's only apropos that cats are going to be more animated. It makes perfect sense. I don't know why people don't get it, Stanley. Kitty. You gotta go. You gonna come up here. You gonna say hi. Stanley in a mood. He likes See, I miss Ben. God, my dogs. They always visit. They're always here. You know. I just miss like our conversation. Did you where are you seeing it from? What part of the country did I miss that? I think he sees you. I think he sees. He don't like to be in the. I don't think I. My cats don't like to be in the camera. I think that they see who sees them on. Like I don't know. It's weird, huh? He don't like it, so I don't make him do it a lot. So, oh, that's right. I remember because I. That's right, Sandra. Because I remember I said I went to Hammond, and that's when I spent time with the vampires and the voodoo people. I just didn't know who they were, but maybe I was hanging out with them because my sponsor at the time, she's highly connected. And I always, they had like a meeting. I think maybe because I was there, so they brought all these women together because I came from Omaha, and I don't know. I guess I was her pigeon. She kind of wanted. I don't know. I felt like I was just kind of a trophy that was sitting there, but I got to experience some really dope shit while I was there. Except I didn't. It was locked up. That building where the tours. It was all locked up. Like there was access denied to me. My spirit was not. That was not a tangible for me. We were right across the street, so I did have, fry bread, because it's all fry. Or I call it funnel cake. And it's because it's funny that they're whatever their donut is, because that's exact. It's because the natives make there. It's that. And over here, it's fry bread, and at the state fair, it's funnel cake. Like they just synonymize things. They give this different names to the same thing. 30 miles from the Gulf of Mexico. The orphanage mom ended up in was in El Paso, Texas. I say Texas is the toilet-shaped state because if you look at it, the side of a toilet. When I get out of the shower and I see the side of the toilet, that makes me think of Texas every time. Plus, my time there was at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio. So I did the River Rock. I remember it was funny. My brother was. Mom would teach us life lessons on what it would the consequences of our actions oftentimes. And this one particular time my brother was Redding I had the chicken pox when I was a kid. It was 117. Yeah, Hades, because you're close to hell, because all the spells. Like, I think hell is farthest away from the place is farthest away from where the authenticity gathers. And so, like back I was saying about that meeting, like we ended up at this lady's house, and it was, I swear, it was like the same time I was watching that show True Blood. I had watched that, so it was like this plantation. It was gorgeous. Yeah, that's nasty. I had the chicken pox and I wanted to die. That was the first. I was like 6, 7. We didn't have enough money to run the swamp cooler, so I'd fill up the tub and just lay in it and float, so I wouldn't itch. That's the only thing I could do to stop everything else. And then if things would itch, I'd smack it. So when I get tattoos, I smack it. That's how I learned it. When things itch, don't scratch it, just smack it. Or mosquitoes, I'll cut a line in it, because I'm allergic and it stops it from the seep. I hate mosquitoes. So they made one of those cake things where they put the little baby in it, and I just thought, I was like, nah, these are not people I want to play with. That's how I would never be high society, because I don't do the creepy weird stuff that goes with being high society. And my brother is a perfect candidate. And I always think about how king cakes are for Mardi Gras. See, and I can't remember because I have no interest in Mardi Gras. See, Mardi Gras is for people that are trying to escape from something. Like reality. It's for the drink. It's for drink. Like all, and that was me. I don't want to ding people. I need to start sounding like I'm, both sides of this because I was such a drunk for so many years. I got so I don't know. I didn't think my actions impacted anybody until I was around people that drank, and I saw how their actions impact everybody in their lives. But see, I was always a throwaway. I was always like nobody, like I'm not invited because they didn't want me acting out and embarrassing them. I still don't get it. I mean, there's a time I got invited because I just learned to keep my mouth shut when I was in AA. It's a program of itself. It's called an AA program. They teach you how to act. They teach you how the group wants you to behave. And if you don't behave like them, like I didn't behave in Bellevue AA, then you essentially get ostracized. Hey, Tanya, what's up? How's life? Are you frozen in Tennessee, Tanya? Is that your timeline? Is that your experience? I'm seeing stuff. Ice. They got more ice than we had in Texas in 2000 when I was there in San Antonio. How bad is it? Because it's just, you get just enough that it just ruins everything. You have snow. See, I have a cousin in Oklahoma. She's in her 70s. The horses are pissed because the gate's frozen. She's 77. She can't handle this shit on her own. I need to help her find people that she can go. She needs a homestead thing. That is what she needs. She needs people that will come and live because she lives in very rustic situations. 6 inches of snow. Now, do you get a lot of snow is what my next question is. And you get a lot of snow because what starts to happen is it's going to warm up soon. Then it's going to start to melt. Then stuff is going to freeze. Then ice sucks. There are places in Omaha that didn't get plowed for like 5 days. Like, I mean, every place, because they focus on the important neighborhoods first. It's always like that. It's always like that. You got to cater to all the important people. The doctor, the lawyer, all that. One of my favorite things was using the bobcat for snow removal, though. That was so fun. I love that. Because I could just zone out for hours. One time, though, I'm going to tell a funny story right now. Once, it was getting low. And I was like, let me just do a little bit more, a little bit more. I don't know when to stop. And so I'm in the little, with the scoop, and then I'm like, Marge, like, it's flashing, like, fucking go back and get gas. I go back, get gas. I start to raise the scoop so I could raise it up so I could open the door. And ran out of gas. With the scoop right there, I couldn't open the door. I locked myself in. Dude, I am so like that. Did you ever hear the story, Tanya, about how I got the flight line at Offutt shut down? That story is hilarious. I came back from an AA meeting and everybody was making fun of me. Fucking Marge. Marge! And I was like, I don't know what people are talking about. Why are people, like, more than usual razzing me? Okay, I'll tell you this story. And what, I wonder if it had to be in the base paper. It had to. I was working production support and we had parts over at the parts window. So I had to go over and pick up the parts. Always look at your labels and count. Read what the labels are so important. And there was a dude, civilian, that was like rushing me through too. He was like, yeah, whatever. Not just, some people are cool. Most people aren't. And so, like, there was 4 boxes, okay? And I had 2 of them and put them in the back of the golf cart. Or, no, I had 2 of them and put them in the front seat next to me. And then he had the other packages and put them in the back of the golf cart. And so I left from there, Building D, and then I drove out past the aid shop over to Fuels. The Fuel Squadron. To get an MSDS material data sheet of some variety. And so I left there and then went to the shop, and then I went to took my lunch, and then I went had a lunch meeting with my friends at Bill W. And so I was gone like 2 hours. So evidently while I was gone, one of the boxes, I thought there was 3, but on one of the items it was like 1 of 2 and 2 of 2, and I didn't watch the man, so I thought like there's 3 packages, but it was 4. Like it was my mistake. That's all. And so evidently when I took off from the fuel cell, there was 2 boxes on the back, and one of them fell off. And then some SP was like, oh, what's that on the flight line? That's a suspicious package. Blah, 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 blah. SPs are dipshits. I'm gonna call it in. Just like walk up and fucking look at it. You know what I mean? But they're dumb. So they have to make everything a production. It's practice. So evidently the whole 2 hours I was gone, like they went through the whole protocol of a suspicious package. Oops. Fucking Marge. But you know what, though, Tanya? Did you hear that letter of recommendation? Did you see the letter of recommendation that my buddy wrote to me? Did you see that one? So I must not have fucked up that bad, because they still gave me awards, you know. I guess Barney Fife even wins awards. Alright, let me read this to you, because it makes my heart happy. He might have actually inadvertently... Actually, I think I would like to have him, like, do my eulogy. He and Mr. Iski. I'm already planning on my party. I'm already making my playlist and stuff. Oh, they're the second lowest test score in the military entrance exam. They hate when I tell the world that. They're right above the people that clean the gym equipment. Alright, I gotta find it. Focus on the letter. Stop talking about the dumb cops, Marge. The fraternal order of butt stuff. Call them that. Call them that in the comment section. That's what I refer to them as. They're all the fraternal order of butt stuff. Oh, Ma. Ma, don't answer that. Just kidding. Okay, January 30th, 2026. To whom it may concern. I have known Margie Hessick for approximately 25 years. We met as teammates while serving in the U.S. Air Force, while she became a reliable and trusted friend to both me and my family. In a male-dominated military culture, Margie faced numerous challenges which she met with confidence, professionalism, while achieving her goals. During this time, she balanced her military service with her studies as a college student while simultaneously volunteering time in the local community. In the years following her military service, Margie set aside her career progression to provide full-time long-term care for a family member. She approached the situation with the same confidence and professionalism she demonstrated throughout her life, making difficult transition appear seamless. My admiration for this act cannot be measured. I know Margie to be kind, honest, and courteous person who, when placed in a leadership role, is also confident, tenacious. Ma, he said I was tenacious. I'll never remember when you taught me about tenacity. Tina Tenacity. She never stopped going. That's Mom would act out little things. She was the best mom. She's the best mom in the world for me. And driven to see things through to completion. Which he says it because it's amazing, because it's hard for me to finish things that I start. I have to work harder, you know, like I gotta stick to it, Marge, stick to it, go, go, you know, all that stuff. She has chosen a career path less traveled, one that best aligns with her pursuit of happiness. While many people encounter significant life obstacles, few navigate them with their character and dignity intact as Margie has. Margie will be an impactful asset to any organization. With confidence, I recommend her for any position or undertaking she chooses to pursue. Feel free to call me if you would further like to discuss this recommendation further. See, I don't need recognition from masses of people. My channel will never be big. It's not intended to be big. I get recognized by cool people. That's how I know that there's good people in the system that are trying to do the right thing. And they go off and do big things. And I watched his life after he moved from Omaha. I helped him, his family, move up their moving truck, and then they left, and we always stayed connected on Facebook. So I don't hate Facebook. I don't hate things that try to connect people. I don't like when things are when groups gather and then they try to manipulate, you know, peace in every town in which they live. That's what I don't want to see happen no more. So, my brother, one time, one of our final conversations we had, he looked at me just like this and he goes, "You always did, like, follow your heart. You always did everything your heart told you. How did that work out for you, Marge? You're not really good at relationships. How'd that work out for you?" He is the most sadistic human being I've ever had the displeasure of knowing. And I see myself in him sometimes when I'm not patient with Mom. When I'm having a day where, like, I need to get out and I can't. And so I do extra sets and stuff like that. And I hear myself saying things and I sound like my brother. And I don't want to sound like him. And then I go outside and I get fresh air and I take myself out of the situation and just give myself what they used to call, give yourself an attitude adjustment. Adjust that attitude. You know? Don't act like you hate what I'm telling you to do. Pretend like you love it. That's what it's like in male-dominated careers, you know? I always had a bad attitude because they made me do shit that they didn't want to do. Because they didn't, like 7 levels, when I was at Offutt, they would sign off a piece of equipment after one of the periodic inspections or whatever. And then I would start walking around it and start looking at stuff. They'd be like, "Marge, get away from it. Marge, it's signed off. I signed off on it. Get away from it." They wouldn't want me near their shit. The 7 levels. Or the 9 levels. They wouldn't want me near there because I was just a little 5 level. And I'd be like, "No. You know, I'd look I find discrepancies. I got Scorpio moon. I exist to find the discrepancy in everything. And I'd find cracks and I'd go over to the page and I'd be like, "You signed off on it, but how come this crack right here wasn't addressed?" More! And then like, cause I don't mean to make people look bad. I just point out that they don't do their job at the level that, you know, they're supposed to be at. Or I exceed proficiency. I do. I always have. People hate it. People hate me. I'm 50-50 because I have so much dual energy in me. I have my South Node's Gemini, and it's like 29 degrees Saturn with 24 degrees Mars in the 12th house. That's a lot of twos. That's and then I got Pisces, 3 planets in Pisces, so that's more twos. So I'm wishy-washy. That's why it's so hard for me to be consistent. So when I get, dope shit like that written about me, from credible sources, that guy, he supported the E4. He was presidential support. He was a big deal. He went off he retired, he retired as doing freaking great things, and we have similar taste in music, and through the years, like, I see dope shit that I think Hair would like, and so I'd I'd be like, hey, you see Letter Kenny? It's funny, you like it, and then now he gets excited, like, his kids grew up, like, Dropkick Murphy, all that stuff. I dabble in that. I love Dropkick Murphys in the past, and there's people that live in that loop, like that and I see how that guy got on the news and had his drop. I'm like, see, that's what happens when you have people that get stuck in loops. They wear the t-shirt and then they go out, and it's like, no, I don't got no Dropkick. I got Bad Religion. I got a hoodie. I gotta find that hoodie, my Bad Religion hoodie. It's practically brand new. Because I never wore it because it's never been the right time. But now Pastor Marge declares now. Because it has, you know why? Because I felt like conscious about it. I still, but now it's time because it has a cross on it, and then it has a circle through it and a line through it. Because that's what, Bad Religion, the lead singer, Greg, he's brilliant. I love lyrical, freaking brilliant. I'm going to start writing music, and I'm going to take music lessons, and I'm going to be a late in life entertainer. I'm going to have pop-up karaoke in Taos, where where people gather around. I'll cook for them too. I'll cook for you. I say that for Mom all the time. I cook for you, Mom. I cook for you. I love you. I have love in my heart for you. I cook for you. Might as well have more fun while the apocalypse transpires. Shit. Feed people. It might be their last. It's gonna be hella dope. I wonder if I could create like a trailer and make a pop-up rage room. I bet the fuck I could. I could go around and gather a bunch of recycled shit. I could ask Taos to be like, hey, you got your broke electronics? Tell me where you are and I'll come around and pick it up. And then I'll have pop-up karaoke parties and shit. And then invite people that are angry to come down and break stuff in the back of the trailer. And like they can graffiti the trailer and spray paint it and stuff like that. Does that sound like fun, Ma? Pop-up rage rooms in Taos County?
Yeah.
Because, God, man, this town is generationally just angry. And people that are angry, they get ugly and they do terrible things. And then we always find the remnants of the terrible things the angry, ugly people do. And they're my cousins, so I can't hate people that I'm related. Can't hate people. You never know who you're related to. I'm related to so many people in New Mexico. This nose is on so many. Same nose on hundreds and hundreds, maybe 1,000 people in New Mexico. Because they're all born, the family tree is like a fucking Gantt chart. And then my dad's family tree goes all the way back to his grandma. His mom comes from Isaac Walton. They have institutions for that dude. Wrote the first book on fishing, and yes, I do like to fish. I'm catch and release though. When I was I was 3 when I learned how to clean a fish. a lot of survival skills. I've been gathering them my whole entire life. It's my program. It's in my DNA. They tried to alter it. They altered my DNA. I'm one of those frequencies of nature, those freaks. Our spectrum is so broad. We tune into all the things that can be seen and all the things that can't. In all time and space, past, present, and future, collectively all at once. Anybody can access the no place space. All you got to do is get quiet and rise above, go into the place where the thoughts do not distract you. And there it is. Where any answer to any question you could possibly ever have resides. Anyway. You ready to brush teeth, Mom? Are you getting tired, Mom?
Yeah.
Nappy roots. I dig this. I like nappy roots. Where are they from? Aren't they from the South? I haven't looked them up in a while. Nappy roots. Where are they from? I've listened to them for a long time. Not since 1995. They continued Western University. Oh, nah. Hell nah. Y'all done up and done it? That's me at the grocery store. So, biography. Western Kentucky. Kentucky Fried Cress was released in 1998. I was 4 years out of high school. Grandpa died 2 years before. What's the latitude and longitude? 252.6. Universities are Ponzi schemes. It's all racketeer. It's all hush money. It's all very nasty and gross. Best job, 35th parallel. Yep, there you go. There you go. There you have it. Came out and, yeah, it's all bullshit. Bullshit. I still like nappy roots, though. There's good in everything I don't agree with, and there's bad and there's things that annoy me in everything I love. I'm pretty fluid, though. I don't know. I'm wishy-washy. I'm a contrarian. Some days I can't stand myself more than other people can't stand me. Okay, Greek organizations. Board of Regents allowed national fraternities, sororities to form local chapters. Currently, there are some 33 active organizations. Shocker, 33 of them. That's so weird. I never would have guessed. 33! Fucking dude, their playbook is so obvious. 33 active organizations with approximately 1,500 active undergrad. Public median publications. College World Herald, they're going to tell us how notable people that went to this university besides the folks at Nappy Boots, Nappy Roots. Teacher, I don't care about those people. Business. Brad Kelly, businessman and fourth largest private landowner in the U.S. Attended, never graduated. You know how many people attended, never graduated? A lot of people. I graduated. I attended and graduated. Heidi Gronas, she did not. She might have later, but when I went to her grad party, I walk into there like all the presents are over there on the table. I said, "You take that last class and you earn those last 3 credit hours, and then I will bring you a graduation present." Optimum Larry C. Renfro, CEO and Optimum and Executive Vice President at United Health Group. They're all buddies, really. Julian Goodman, former president of NBC. I wonder how many people Julian Goodman got jobs that had Western Kentucky University on their resume. They weren't qualified, because they never finish. But hey, nephew needs a job. Film and television. Matthew Allen, actor and producer. Casey Armstrong, former assistant producer, The Howard Stern Show. I talked about him in my talk earlier. He's a total trash heap. John Carpenter, film director. Clint Ford, actor. This is why I say Washington, D.C. and Hollywood are the same. Charmaine Hunt, one of the 18 contestants on The Apprentice. I wonder if she has any, 5th season of The Apprentice, I wonder if she has any stories about Biff the trash heap that owns America. Matt Long on Jack and Bobby. Charles Napier, Michael Rosenbaum, actor. Lex Luthor on Smallville. David Shram, actor. Roy Biggins on Wings. Jonas Scott, actor. History. Lowell H. Harrison, author, WKU University historian. They say how things were because he said so. Music. Michael Card, contemporary Christian music artist. Christian Carmichael, arranger, studio multi-instrumentalist. I love classical music. I have a lot of soundtracks in my playlist from classical. Tyler Childs, country folk singer. Stephen Cochran. Steve Gorman, drummer. The Black Crowes. Laurel Harris, gospel singer. The Hilltoppers. Chris Knight. Bill Lloyd. Mark Malone, singer, songwriter, High on the Hilltop, writer with co-writer Steeder Cochran. Nappy Roots, rap group best known for Good Day. Matthew Schultz, leader, songwriter, Cajun the Elephant. Tony Smith, like everything's a crossover. Politics, Chad Aoul, politician. Dwight D. Butler, member of the Kentucky House of Representatives. Beverly Chester Burton, born 1963, policy. Mark Cole, member of Virginia House of Delegates. James Cromer, U.S. Representative from Kentucky 1 District. Cornell University, Secretary of State under FDR. FDR Nobel Peace Prize. To me, peace prizes, they're no different than like the Academy Awards, or like you get this because you act right. Derek Lewis, member of Kentucky House of Representatives. Brad Montrell, member of Kentucky House of Representatives. William Natcher, U.S. Representatives. Amy Neighbors, member of Kentucky House of Representatives. It's all nepotism. It's all who you know. Science. Harry Backus Gray, chemist. Farley Norm, psychological scientist. Terrence Wilcutt, astronaut. We never went to the fucking moon. Like, come on, man. They're all paid actors. Sports. Daryl Carrier, 3-time ABA. It's just, they're paid actors. Dance. Do this play. Here's a book. You got to do this. They're going to do this. Then you got to do this. How do you know? It's no different than freaking, men in tights doing freaking, Shakespeare in the Park. Claire Donahue, swimming gold medalist. Look at all these sports people. They're all paid actors. Just do what you're told. Just do what you're told. Look at all these people. This is why there's so many. Like, look at all these people that had good lives, yet there's so many every month. You want to hear something that's weird? Want to hear something funny? Google me. Sandra, Google me. Google me right now, Sandra. If you're here still, Google me. Google me. Let's do an experiment on the internet right now. Google me. Margie Hessick. H-E-S-S-I-C. H-E-S-S-I-C. Okay? Go. You see Google me, the first thing you see is when I clowned Deputy Doofus of Taos County. That's when I went viral. Some dumb broad on my comments the other day said, "Is this the dumb bitch that went viral for being disrespectful oh, the deputy doofus in Cows County, and or something like that. And my comment back was, I said, you would never say that to my face. See, thank goodness it's not me they see. See, so that's me. That's the first thing. You see me? That's me. Right? Okay, bye. Okay, well, just later. Maybe we'll talk about it later. We'll reconvene. Don't search at the same time. Don't worry about it. And then that's my profile picture because I'm such a corny corn. This is taken at Lake McConaughey outside. We used to have AA conferences there, and I'd go fishing. See? I like to fish, remember? Right? And then you have ads that I've done, like Taos County. Like, you know, like I am on TikTok, Margie Hessick, Taos, New Mexico, getting pulled over. Like, I'm on social media, okay? I'm on the socials. I'll just say that, all right? And then, like, you could go through and go images. Margie Hessick images. And then you always see Deputy Doofus. So whatever you see that guy, you always got, he will never fucking forget me. He started it because he harassed me the day my freaking dog died. So later I saw him, I flipped him off, and that's why, that's the backstory. Because it's not against the law to freaking flip off cops. It's your First Amendment, so. I hope you learned a lesson that day. Anyway, the funny thing is, this is why my brother disowned me, because he's one of the writers. He's one of the main script writers. Okay, J-E-R. Now, if I look up his name, uh-oh, I just found a new document. He is Jerome A. Hessick. I'll look at this. CDCR Institution and Department Litigation Coordinators. Hold on, I gotta get screenshots, just a sec. Juvenile Justice Headquarters. See, I'm too smart. He was playing chess when he was 7 or 5, but I was 3.
Wow.
Right? Like, he was a protege, but I was younger. I was a younger one. Oh, Bella just, Sloan just. But when you look up him, this is the only thing that you'll find about him. He scrubbed his internet back like when in 2000 when he got back from Iraq. Is when he scrubbed. But he's still on there. You could scrub the internet, but if other people post his picture, he's still on there. He can't erase he tries to erase his past because it builds his character. It builds a story of who he was and the man he is today. He's been a bad man for a long time. So this is the only thing that you'll find about him. Is it because all lawyers have a bar number, and then it has like his like how much he pays and stuff like that, like gets paid and stuff. That's it. Like there's nothing else. Like you know. Yet he's been involved in so many things. He's been in the Army Guard and then he became a JAG, which is a lawyer, which is a script writer for the military. And they decide who the good guys and bad guys, but he's a terrible judge of character. When I was in AA, I remember walking around my backyard looking at this big tree with the dogs. And and that's when I talk to people. Like, that's what I do, my big thinking. And I'm talking to him. I'm looking at this big tree, and he was like he was just like, he just worked at the time. It was before he went to law school. The guy, see, I didn't realize what like a trash heap boy he was because he was my brother, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt until he screwed me over in 2020. And that's when I was like, dude, you don't have no loyalty to me. I don't got no loyalty to you. Fuck you, dude. You know, like I only had loyalty because you're my brother and I love you, but you don't act like my brother anymore, and so I don't love you anymore. So fuck you. Whatever. So he he was one of those career students where he graduated high school and went to Cal State and just couldn't figure it out. So he partied and was a frat boy, and like it took him freaking like I don't know 6 years, 7 years to graduate. He had this one roommate that I think is still in prison for being a pedo because he's not a good judge of character. And that's who he couldn't tell. And I remember I was in the backyard having a conversation with him, and he was working in the legal office that he works in now as like a paralegal. So the paralegals are like the grunts. They do all the hard work and make the lawyers look good. That's what they do. And he was like had to go to different prisons like San Quentin and all these prisons where all these bad guys are that would come up for parole, and they would ask him questions to try and determine if the person was rehabilitated, if they felt bad about the terrible things that they had done. And one of the questions my brother asked me was, Marge, when you're in AA, how do you tell that people like change, like they want to change their life or they're trying to get there? Like, how can you really tell? Because he's a terrible judge of character. Because he has none. Because he's too much being a compilation of who people want him to be. Because, like me, his psyche was fragmented, but I pulled mine together and he left his shattered. And so he said, how do you know that a Satanist that did like rituals, that they're sorry and that they're not going to do it no more? And I said, well, you kind of have to look at how, talk to people that they like there's like, I don't know. That's not something that I know. Think is I mean, it can be, but they usually get all this credit, but they shouldn't get any because they need to just keep their mouth shut and just be, like they shouldn't want to get out. They should feel so bad about all the terrible things that they did that they're not going to go up for parole. They're just going to do their time because that's the right thing for them to do. So a Satanist that comes up and says redeem themselves, that's fine. You can live your redeemed life behind jail and pay for all the nasty shit you did. That's why America's going down the toilet. It's run by a bunch of freaking, we're the supreme being, we're the chosen. These machismo freaking Rockford File wannabes, Aryan Nation, men are right because we get erection, all this stupid shit. It's all falling down. Dude, women are the creator. They hate it. They hate that women are the creator. So they want to make freaks of nature. Because they can't create, so they're going to be God, and they'll make babies in incubators. My brother is one of them. He's one of the skull and bones. He's one of the bad guys. He plays the role of being a really great guy. That's why I know who to find out who the bad guys are, because they all wear the same, like, fancy shoes, and they all wear pinstripe suits, and that's why I'll wear what the trash heaps wear, and then I wear them in mockery. Like, I don't ski, but I wear ski pants, and I roll them up to my knees. Yeah, because our G-spot isn't in our asshole. And they hate that. And they are not required. There's so many, like, I scroll through TikTok, and there's all these little rainbows and stuff. There's all these like, women that are switching teams and stuff. Then it happens all the time. And then it's like, it kind of makes me kind of feel uncomfortable because I'm told I'm cute a lot and stuff. And see, I can't really tell if people like me. Sometimes, like, I could tell how they act based on people that have done things before. And I've been to bars, and like this woman kept looking at me. Like like in my mind, I thought she was going to try and beat me up or something. And I was like, this is like I don't know, like what's happening? Because I was drinking after being sober 14 years. So I'm like, what's going on? And the chick that I was with, she's like, oh, that's so-and-so. I was talking to her earlier. She wants you to go home with her. I've been propositioned a lot, and I don't know why, because I don't know what gives off the air that I'm a hoe bag. Like, I'm gonna go hang out with a bunch of people and I'm a total prude, dude. Total prude. Prude. Celibate. 9 years going on this summer. 9 years. Like, you reach a certain point, you don't want people touching you, because they give me the heebie-jeebies. Heebie-jeebies. I do get massages, though. And I still am because in Omaha, I went like around, it took me a while to find a massage person, because I was a little less cautious of who touches me. Now I'm like, nah, I'm gonna maybe, I got this chick that's hella dope now, and so my body's starting to get better, because she had, whatever, I don't let time go by enough to get sore. And so I started upping my, like, during the winter, I'll go every 2 weeks. Yeah, when I was in tech school, see, I just thought, like, I just wanted to keep drinking, so people invite me to the after party, and I just want to keep drinking and hang out, listen to music, tell stories, and then people are starting to turn down lights and get freaky, and I'm just like, so I walk home places. I just leave. If I'm not comfortable someplace, I leave. I bounce. So you never find me at no Diddy parties. People start playing weird movies and snuff films and stuff. I'm like, okay, thanks for the invite. I'm just gonna leave because y'all creeping me out and I ain't into the same shit that you're in. So yeah, I definitely am a free spirit. Definitely, I don't have any earth. I have this to keep me grounded, to keep me anchored on the earthly plane. No earth! Although my 7th and 8th house are both in Capricorn, I'm out of coffee. I have a feeling I'm going to be up late tonight. But Ma, you want to go to bed? You just listen to me yammer?
Yeah.
While you watch Castle and Mute on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah? You enjoying yourself?
Yes, the breeze. Nice.
Do they? Do they? See, because there's one thing about me. Maybe it's I always thought I was homely. Like, I always thought, like, I was fat because I weighed so much when I stand on the scale. And then people would say, you weigh this much, you're fat. All the while hearing, muscle weighs more than fat. I didn't identify as being muscular. I didn't. I just, oh, you weigh a lot, And then I look down and I see this pouch in my belly. I got my spare tire because I have a weak backbone. I have a weak spine because of what happened to me when I was a baby. And I walk on the side of my feet. My gait's all messed up. Free spirit. Oh, I understand. I gotcha. I'm tracking you, Sandy. Sandra? Sandy, I already forgot. My bad. Sandra, no, it's Sandra. It's Sandra. I remember now. What is the weather doing? I haven't looked at the Windy app in a while. It's 8:20. It's up past Mom's bedtime. Am I up late? Whoop, 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 whoop. I do a new thing. I'm trying to kickstart the oil in her scalp. So I brush my hair like 111 times, and then I started doing Mom's too. We're going to wash hair tomorrow because it's going to be a little bit warmer. See, like, people are still having winter. They're still experiencing the storyline of winter where, and like, Like Chicago, my friend, my Earth Angel, she might get like a brushing. She's up north. She's up north of Chicago. I've been through where she lives. That's how she found me. It's like soul radar frequency. Is how I come across people's FYP. So Evanston, Illinois, looks like Memphis is getting cold stuff. Let's see what temperatures are doing. We create the weather. So cold hearts, cold starts. It looks like a lot of the United States is going to be really cold. 15, -5. Let's see what AccuWeather says. Somebody once told me that when your ear itches, somebody's talking shit. My ear itches a lot. But I also have little hairs that tickle everywhere too. So it's 32 daily. So we're in the 50s. It's like 54 today. That ain't bad. No ice. But the lows are still getting down until the teens. Not quite 20s. But then come Friday, we're almost going to be at 60 degrees in Taos, northern New Mexico. And the lows are going to be at the 20s. But then it'll be like, ooh, it's so nice. Ooh, snowstorm. It was 5 days and now it's 3. They got to adjust it. You know how they forecast the weather? I just saw 11111. That was dope. This is the longest top I ever got. I gotta go soon. I gotta go because my voice is getting tired. I'm not usually this egotistical. It's the Leo full moon. No, here the freaking 40s are dope. Like, I go outside in a tank top. Not in the morning when it's cold. Well, I do, but it's not smart of me. And then we'll have some 13. Well, how they come up with the forecast is they determine how the weather was on this day last year. So this day last year, my rising planet, but my moon is in Gemini. That's cool. I'm tracking. I'm thinking like, I got an itch here. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking about your chart. Oh, look. It's an obvious stater of obvious things. Hey, you like my sticker though? I'm autistic, so I came up with this. It says straight people like rainbows too. Because even though I am a homosexual, I recognize that nobody gets the rainbow. I came up with this when I was 9. I was 9 when I came up with that. It's just an innocent thing. Unlike your foul, freaking dank, born and raised brain. I bet you're one of them born and raised, huh? Who left? Was it your mom or was it your dad? Which one's the junkie or the drunk? Are they both junkies and drunks? Do you live with your primo? Do you live with your prima? Do you live with your auntie? Are you related to Mikey Gonzalez or Amber Brown, shit stains on the fabric of society? Melinda Gonzalez? Are you related to Cecilia Cisneros? The kind of woman that throws her babies away. They're born with deformities. Are you born to Denise Blanco? The woman I tried to help stay sober and died drunk anyway? Are you born to Roger Blanco? Born and raised, more privileged? Which one are you born to? Which one? See, these bitches be saying shit. They don't be saying this shit to my face. Because nobody ever walks up to my fucking face in fucking Taos, the half-horse town, the land of the stupid fucking cousin, And they say to this stuff to your face. No, they do bitch stuff by calling you up to a window and acting like they're in distress, and then they shoot you in the face. And they pretend like you're your friend, and then they have you drink too much, and they cut you up into pieces, and they throw you away like trash on the side of the interstate. That's how they act in Taos. So I bet that is a born and raised, shit-stained Taoian. Gentleman's bet. Because that's how they act. They say stupid shit like saggy titties and show us your boobs and sex and farts are funny and butthole and butt stuff and hey, election stickers. And they probably have like their kids that like write out their little, want them to believe in Santa Claus, and then they go to their car shows and look at all the lowriders, and maybe you will have a lowrider one day like that yourself. And that is all that they will aspire to be at the car show at the bank, or the car show at the funeral hall, because that's how we always done it, so that's how we always gonna do it. It's called generational toxicity. And that is why America, the whole country, is going down the toilet, because everybody thinks their hometown is the shit when it stinks like shit, because they never do anything to keep it clean. Too much booze, too much alcohol, not enough exercise. Good orderly direction. Just doing stuff God says. I don't care what, I don't like organized religion. I take the good and I leave the rest. I've been to fake wars, so I believe in peace. And most little bitches that, grew up just freaking swilling Pepsi and Monsters and playing video games, dude, they can't change a tire. They ain't never done jack shit. They can't step to people like me. They can't. So they come on here and they say stupid things. And sometimes I make comments in other people's chats and I get blocked. So that's why I get trolls, because I am the troll to other people. So of course I'm going to get trolled. I got blocked from Robert Phoenix. If anybody ever goes over to Robert Phoenix, tell him Not So Large Marge sent ya, because he blocked me. I can't comment. I'm hidden. He always he's a Virgo. They can't see Aries. They always talks about how open-minded he is. He wants people to send him his resume and work for him for free and stuff like that. I sent him my resume like a year ago, but I ain't going to work for him for free. And he wants people to do stuff. That's how Virgos are. They want you to do stuff for them, but they just, I'm too tired from doing all the stuff I was doing while you were doing stuff for me. I have nothing left to give back to you. They're just the martyr. They're the virgin, born to the virgin child, the Virgo. Oh my goodness. Worked one hard day in their life. I remember my sister's a Virgo too. Rest in peace, 6. Rest in peace, sweet Jessica. Just doing all those things you never always wanted to do. You should have been home being a mom is what you should have been doing. Should have been a mom, not racing around on the Harley. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that whole culture either. All that culture. It's like hamsters on a wheel. Just like skiers and snowboarders. And people that run and bike. They travel from one part of the country to run and bike in another part of the country. And all these, it's like hamsters. Even the monks that walk for peace. Like, what does that do? Why don't the monks gather in travel in cars from town to town and then refurbish a single person that is raising kids or is a caregiver and help them with their dilapidated house? Why don't we do things like that? But it's all, look at us do a bunch of nothing that isn't really doing a whole lot of good for the sum of all parts. Huh, Ma? Ma, you getting tired now? You're not? Is it the Leo? See, Mom, you must be feeling the Leo full moon too, because Mom has 5 planet stellium and Sagittarius. But I am going to go because my voice is tired. Thanks for hanging out. That's about all I got for now. And listen to Herstory. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on how I feel about things. Because if you don't talk about how you feel about things, it bottles up inside, and that's how people. And then people feel bad, and then they drink too much, and then they get 7 kinds of cancers. But hey, people are quitting drinking, evidently. That's all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have